Hello and welcome to this special showcase. And it is for mastering the art of virtual presentations and special insight from Kimberly Allen and Kathy Godinez with Everything Webinar. And I'm excited to share with you 3 things that I took away from a recent audit that they did with me about my presentations. And I know for most of us, we were kind of thrust into this virtual world during the pandemic. And I know for me, and probably for many of you, it was really shifting what we were doing in person and just kind of moving it online. And I have to say, I didn't give a whole lot of thought about how it was distinctly different and how we had the opportunity to really create presentations that are designed to be virtual first. And I'm going to share just one thing first that I noticed right away. So I had the opportunity to have some one-on-one time with Kimberly and Kathy, and I did the audit that they offer, and it was so interesting. They do it in one-on-one or with teams, especially in that team environment. It can have some powerful impact. I noticed right away that there were a number of things that I was doing, even though I felt like I had made my virtual presentations much better. And the one that I had to laugh about a number of times is I tend to talk with my hands. I do it in person, I do it virtually. And one of the tips that Kimberly shared is making sure that when you're talking with your hands, that you're moving back and that you're doing them closer to your shoulder level, because when you use them how you would in person, you kind of create this creepy hand effect. And I rewatched a presentation, a recording of a live I did yesterday, and I had these kind of creepy hands going on all the time. So that was great advice. I will practice and really get better at bringing them back and using that use of hands and connection in a much more effective way. The second thing that I noticed is it works well if I do lives one-on-one where it's just myself talking. But when I'm interviewing someone or in a discussion, the only way for those on the other side of the presentation to feel that connection and eye contact with us is if we are looking directly in the camera. And it's very challenging. I find it challenging in meetings because I want to look at the person's face as if I was looking in their eyes. But you notice the difference here. If I'm talking into the camera, you are likely feeling like I'm talking directly to you. But if I'm looking at the person's face, then your experience as I'm not looking at, so if I'm looking around the room, I might actually be talking to you in terms of I'm looking at you, but it does not feel like I'm talking to or making eye contact. And that psychological impact of having the ability to gain trust, to build rapport, to feel more honest, all of those things that happen in person that are very subliminal, it works the same way virtually, but how we can do that is very different and looking directly at the camera. The other element is that the camera height really needs to be that eye level. And so for most of it, it's raising our laptops if we're using that much, much higher than we typically would. And so practice that and see if it makes a difference. And then finally, what I walked away with is often I think about sort of these enhancements to our presentations and our virtual presentations as a way to be more professional, to have polish, but it really has a very high level of psychological impact with people, that we can truly connect better, make them feel more respected, to move these conversations that are virtual into business, into relationships, and it really does make a huge difference. So you may wonder why Kimberly and Kathy are not with me at the moment, and it is a disappointment. We are going to reschedule this session with much more of the story and expertise and tips on June 20th at 10 a.m. And Kimberly just became a glamorous grandma. and needed to attend to some baby duties this morning. So congratulations, Kimberly. We're really excited. And they are going to be offering a free audit to those of you that attend on the 21 lucky winner. And that is just under a $250 value. And we'll be doing some other giveaways. So please join us then. I will be reposting. Those of you who registered, I will send you a personal invitation to join us. And hopefully you got a couple nuggets today, and we'll look forward to having the bigger session here in just about 3 weeks. So thank you very much, everyone.